Machine Gun Warlock, Eldritch Blasting Mania, Rope, Sorcerer, Warlock, Fighter combination, giving you not only one bonus action, no, it's two bonus action with a chance to surge, and also having those magical sorcerer points to, well, blast even more. Did I mention that you can actually wear heavy armor with this so you don't get concentration broken and you can just not take any damage? Let's go. As always, I'll try to keep it as spoiler free as possible, but some items might have the one or the other story implication that I'll need to share. Raise, take whatever you like. I'm still stuck with the Tiefling because I'm just happy about not taking fire damage, and there's just so much fire damage throughout the game. And I'll also go for the Asmodeus Tiefling because I get Mage Hand straight away. Very good. First class is actually not Warlock because then you can only start with light armor. No, we're going for Fighter. That gives us light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, and shields. We can, yeah, everything is possible without wasting a single feat. As a background, it's charlatan or criminal. That's two skills that rely on charisma and dexterity. And for our abilities, we choose to put charisma as the max because yes, we will be Eldritch blasting. So we're not planning to actually play the fighter. Strength minimum, intelligence minimum, wisdom minimum. Constitution goes up to 16, dexterity goes up to 15, and charisma all the way to 17. Very important because everything will be charisma rolled, but you also will have constitution saving checks for concentration rolls. Name's Mom. Level 2, the multiclassing already begins. No, we're not going for a second level of fighter. It's straight up to the Warlock for the cantrips with the Eldritch Blast, and we're also taking friends, which helps tremendously throughout the story. As the subclass, I choose the Fiend. For the bonus hit points you get for killing people, that provides a nice bonus shield that can regain during combat. So every kill straight up recharges this and stacks on top. Where the Great Old One gives you a fear or frightened as you critical strike. Helps to keep people away from you, but you could also take Repelling Blast for that. As the spells, there's two options that make sense. One is Hellish Rebuke. If you get hit by anyone, you just blast him back with up to 20 damage. Completely obliterating it, especially in the early game. And then we also have Hex, which is interestingly enough a bonus action, and it gives you 1 to 6 necrotic damage bonus. And as if you're doing 3 to 4 Eldritch Blasts per turn, that each for every single beam of the Eldritch Blast, which can be 3 beams in one blast with 1d6 bonus per beam on the blast. Yes. Now you need level 2 in Warlock. That's the most important level. Now you could take Expeditious Retreat for the bonus dash, but we have other concentration things going on. I do actually choose Arms of Adar because there's many situations where you're surrounded by 1 HP opponents and you just want to slam them all. As an Eldritch Invocation, Agonizing Blast is needed. That gives you Eldritch Blast at charisma modifier to the damage it deals, which is insane. Now we could take Repelling Blast to hit people back, but if you think about it, the problem here is that with the Eldritch Blast pushing people away, if you do 4 Eldritch Blasts on the same opponent, he's going to land up on Narnia and you're going to push him out of your blast range. So it is useful, but I will have to say that you don't always want to push people off ledges. So you can take Eldritch Blast or Devil's Sight for another 24 meters of being able to look in darkness. That's a choice you can make yourself and you can respec at any time. The Mephistopheles Tiefling race bonus also gives us a Burning Hands, which is really nice again if you have a lot of people around you, close to you, to just go and just delete them from the board. Third level Warlock? No third level Warlock. Now we're adding Sorcerer to the frame. 4 cantrips, which we don't really need, but hey, Firebolt, Ray of Frost in case you need to slow someone down. Shocking Grasp as a reaction when they get close to you. You have Hellish Rebuke, but sometimes Shocking Grasp might be a better option, especially if they're fire elementals, lava monsters. And last but not least, Bone Chill. Prevent the target from healing until next turn. It can be useful. You have many actions per turn. Doesn't hurt to have. As spell to take the Magic Missiles, which is worst case scenario a 100% hit. Magic Missiles always hit. So maybe you'll want to use that in one turn over the Eldritch Blast if you really don't want to miss. And I also take Thunder Wave because Thunder Wave is quite cute when you just get behind someone, and I'll get more to this with the amount of bonus action we'll garner, okay? Because Thunder Wave goes and pushes everyone away in a cone in front of you to 3, 4, 5, 6 people. I'll get to that. As the subclass, we're choosing Wild Magic, and it allows for quite some fun down the line. Now the second level of Sorcerer starts getting you sorcery points more and also creates sorcery points, which will allow us to Eldritch Blast even more per turn. You get another possible spell, which could be Featherfall, great for the story, or even Enhanced Leap. We're going to take Featherfall here because I know 2-3 situations where this was extremely useful. In the class passive, we're going to take so far Distance Spell to be able to shoot people further away. We will not use this in 99% of the times. And also the Twin Spell that gives a spell that would usually not have a bonus target. And then we become Sorcerer 3. And that's where it hits home. We get another sorcery point, spell slot, but most important, we get the class passive Quicken Spell. Spells that cost one action cost a bonus action instead. And we will have one bonus action. So far, one bonus action, don't worry. We'll get another one. What we'll take here is Misty Step. Because Misty Step is so powerful, it's a bonus action. It can reposition you anywhere where you want to be at any point. Yes, we could take whole person and we'll actually be looking into that. But right now, we focus on the Eldritch Blast first and the positioning on the map. The fourth level in Sorcerer brings more sorcery points and another cantrip. But important, it actually gets you the feed. Cantrip, choose whatever you like here. You won't most likely use that ever. And you get a bonus spell here, Hold Person. Hold Person is quite cute to just get a humanoid hold up. Every hit is a crit. And, well, you can choose bonus targets together with your sorcerer powers if you wish to. Now, as a feat, you have to make two choices. Technically, you should take ability improvement for dexterity and charisma. The thing is, there is a quest, and here's a slight story spoiler, in Act 1 with Auntie Ethel, where you can, if you save her, get a lock of her hair, which will also higher your charisma up to 18. So there's a way to do this native. If you don't want to do that quest, if you haven't seen that quest, you choose ability improvement. But if you have done that quest, you have two choices. First, Warcaster helps you to get not concentration broken, which we will need in the long run. You could also choose Spell Sniper. You learn a cantrip and the number you need to roll a critical hit with spells is reduced by 1. And that's extremely good because it just allows you to crit more. For me, it's mostly ability improvement, but these are options you actually have. Now we do need the 5th level in Sorcerer, because the 5th level in Sorcerer gives us a tier 3 spell, and that is Haste. And Haste makes everything possible. Target yourself on an ally to become hastened, gain an action, and become faster and harder to hit. This is a concentration spell, so as long as you're concentrated, this holds. You can cast it before the fight, and you'll continuously have one more action, one more Eldritch Blast cast. That will bring us to level 6, which is not going to be Sorcerer, no. Now we're finally go for the 2nd level of Fighter, which gives us then Action Surge. Thank you. With Action Surge, you can get another action in a turn, resets on long rest. Can be extremely helpful in many situations to just cast another Eldritch Blast, Misty Step out of danger, whole person someone. All these things are possible. Now the level 10 level up is a split fork. You have a couple of options. You could go for Fighter further on and actually choose to go for an Eldritch Knight to add even more spell slots. Yes, this is actually very interesting. You can get more spell slots that you can use. But realistically, what I like to do here, and this might sound a little bit crazy to you, but we're actually going to add Rogue to the whole package. And why Rogue? First, Athletics, we can level that up to +5 so we don't get pushed that easy ever to not get concentration broken. And we have our Stealth higher because we can just melt with the shadows if we feel like. That's not the reason we take Rogue though, no. We take another level in Rogue for level 2, and then we're actually going straight up to level 3. The level 2 gives us Cunning Actions, which are bonus actions for dash, disengage, and hide if we need to. But the most important part here is to get level 3 Rogue, because the level 3 Rogue gives us an additional bonus action. We have the subclass as the Thief, the Arcane Trickstar, and the Assassin, but none of these two are needed. No, the Thief gives us another bonus action. Instead of one bonus action that everyone has, we now have 2 bonus actions. Now, why is that bonus action so important? I'll show this to you with an example against Timothy and Timothy here. First, you can haste. And the best part is haste holds until concentration is broken. Haste means we get another action up, bonus action So we have 2 actions, 2 bonus actions, and 5 sorcery points. Now we'll begin with 1 Eldritch Blast against Timothy. That's 1, 2, 3. Bum, bum, bum. We already do significant damage. He wants to mingle and jingle. Now let's see what we can do, correct? There is Eldritch Blast 1, 2, 3. You could technically cast Hex, but we already have a concentration spell running. So as long as the haste is running, we don't want to Hex. So we begin with Eldritch Blast. That's the first one. 1, 2, 3. We could do Tides of Chaos, gain advantage on your next attack ability or saving throw with mild magic, but we don't need that. It's just a little bonus. So Dave is down. Then we have another one. 1, 2, 3. And well, that's good damage. Well, okay. Let's find more opponents so I can walk you through this. Let's begin a little wholesale slaughter here. Step number 1. We sacrifice a tier 2 spell slot to create sorcery points. It gives us already 7 sorcery points. I'll come to that mid-fight as well, but let's start like this. Then we'll haste ourselves. Hasted, nice, bonus action. We'll begin blasting Manip. Ba-ba-bam. And he's gonna be like, no, why you do this? And I'm like, because I'm crazy. Now we get 3 opponents this time. I already used 1 action, right? That is going to be a second action. 1, 2, 3. Now you would say, well, that's unlucky. We're kind of out of shenanigans. No, we're not. We can use action surge 1 time. That means I get another action. That's the 3rd action, right? 3rd Eldritch Blast already. We could do Tides of Chaos to get an advantage, but we don't need that. We don't need that. And we just hurt him. Now there's 2 more, correct? And I would be out, but that's not true. We have bonus actions now, and 2 of them. And since we have 7 sorcery points that were replenished beforehand, we can use Quicken Spell. That would use now a bonus action to do another Eldritch Blast. 1, 2, 3. Good damage, right? And now, well, we have even more sorcery points, so we can do another Quicken Spell. Or Eldritch Blast. 1, 2, 3. Now with Tides of Chaos, we roll higher and we kill her too. That was 5 Eldritch Blasts currently. We haven't flown yet, and we could also make bonus sorcery points again by using bonus actions. That was 1 whole turn for me. Now I'll be obviously flying away a little bit so Timothy doesn't get close to me. We end the turn and we got 2 more that are angry at us, so let them come up. Because that was obviously all my cooldowns, correct? But, well, you know, let's see how the second turn feels now with a little bit less cooldowns. We still have 2 actions because we're hasted, and we still have 2 bonus actions. So I can actually 1, 2, 3 blast her. She dies. Now against him with my second action, it would be a disadvantage. So I can use one of my bonus actions to just Misty Step away anywhere I want. That was 1 bonus action, but I have another one, correct? So we can first do a step to the side so I can shoot through these innocents. Followed up by now using create sorcery points to turn my tier 2 spell slots, which I have 1 more of, into sorcery points. Get another 3. And then I can straight up use 3 for another spell if I had 1 more bonus action, but I used that to Misty Step away. Technically, there was even another Eldritch Blast possible. End the turn, he wakes up or throws. Ow. Missed. I'm not going to charm him. Throw. Ow. We can do Hellish Rebuke because, yes, we have a bunch of tier 1 spell slots. That's my favorite part about this. Due to Sorcerer being so high level, yes, we have 4 tier 1 spell slots. And not only that, we also have the 2 Warlock spell slots as well, where I could now shoot magic missiles if I wanted to. But we all know that Eldritch Blast is my main damage. So now that we're here, we go for 1, 2, 3, which a slight less chance because he's so close. Then we can do 1, 2, 3 again. And worst case scenario, I could have used Quicken Spell to do another 1, 2, 3. And the best part, at any place, at any point, you could also use your tier 2 spells for hold person with your action, and that would only be 1 action. You have more. Now, itemization is completely up to you what armors, rings, amulets you take, But there's one weapon I want to mention, and that is Valor Eluve that you get in the Underdark extremely early. It's right next to the Temple of Saloon. You pull that out of the stone, and from that point on, you have the ability to frighten your opponents in a 6-meter radius, and they take another 1 to 4 bonus damage per ray of the Eldritch Blast. So if you go 1, 2, 3 Eldritch Blast, that's 1, 2, 3 times up to 4 bonus damage, and that's in one turn with 4 to 5 blasts. A significant amount of bonus damage popping and crackling into your opponent. Drop in the comments below if you have been playing a similar Warlock, and also some of your itemization choices to give the people more inspiration on what to go for. If you look for more the traditional full Warlock or the melee Warlock with 3 to 6 attacks per turn that does up to 100 damage per hit, enjoy.